Hello, my name is Kyle Lee, and welcome to Frame by Frame, the show about movies to TV shows and everything in between. We are going to be talking about video game adaptations to movies and TV shows. So, let's just jump right into it.
So first, let's look at where a video game adaptation started. The first live-action film based on a video game was a Super Mario Bros. Movie that came out in 1993. The film was a major failure and would set a trend with the films to follow. But we skip to today, and Hollywood has a much better understanding of what people want from these films from the major success of the Super Mario Bros. Animated movie. Compared to the one that came out in 1993, this film is a much better representation of the video game franchise, with bringing back music and more recognizable characters. Let's even look at another recognizable game franchise, Sonic. The Sonic movie was announced in 2014, with the trailer coming out a few months later. And to say it lightly, people were very disgusted by the design the studio decided on. Which, fun fact, the design would even be made fun of in different films. But anyways, this led to a major delay of the movie, where the studios redesigned Sonic to look more accurate to his video game counterpart. And without this change, we may have not gotten the full Sonic trilogy, with even a spin-off show. From here, Hollywood decided to also take story-driven video games and adapt those stories to film. But this doesn't always work, as we can see with adapting video games from the studio Naughty Dog. One of Naughty Dog's most popular game franchises is Uncharted, an action-adventure story game that many compare to the Indiana Jones and Mummy films. So it made sense to adapt this. But they started work on this film much earlier than you may have expected, starting all the way back in 2008. This film would be tossed around between many people until it came out in 2022, 14 years later. And the reaction to this film was not the best. The film is heavily diverted from the original games, with even leaving out vital characters. And to people who didn't know it came from a successful game franchise, it just seemed like an ordinary action-adventure movie. While this movie may have not done the best, the TV series The Last of Us did. The Last of Us is another video game franchise from Naughty Dog that they decided to adapt into a TV show. The writers behind the original game assisted with this show and was able to do it justice. Even people who have never played the game enjoyed this show, and it became one of the best performing shows of 2023, with a season 2 on the way. Let's look at another show that performed the same, if not better, Fallout. The Fallout show is based on the extremely popular Fallout game franchise, and speaking as someone who has never played the games before watching this show, it was incredible. It had a compelling story that was easy to follow even if you never touched any of the games. In fact, the show did so well that it boosted sales of the game so high that the sales for the fourth game has risen over by 7,500% and became one of the best-selling games in Europe. If that doesn't say something about this show, I don't know what will.
So as you can see, video game adaptations have been on an all-time high and doesn't seem to stop, with an upcoming second season of the Fallout show and The Last of Us show, a Borderlands movie, and even a Minecraft movie. We can only hope that these projects follow this new trend of these excellent adaptations. What video game would you like to see turned into a movie or show? Personally, I would love to see Red Dead Redemption 2 adapted. There is just so much to work with there, and I can guarantee that it would be a hit. Anyways, that's all the time we have left. My name is Kyle Lee, and this was Frame by Frame.